सोरठ महला तीजा दुख की निगुड़िया नो आपे बख्श ले पाए सतगुर की सेवा लाए सतगुर की सेवा उत्तम है पाए राम नाम चित लाए। Vaheguru bestows his pardon to people who are virtueless and without any good qualities by helping them to serve the true Guru, Satguru. O brother, the service of the Guru is of the highest order, as through this service one could develop love and devotion for Vaheguru. हर जियो आपे बख्श मिलाए गुणहीन हम अपराधी पाए पूरे सतगुर लय रलाए रहाओ। O brother, Vaheguru bestows true name on us and enables us to unite with him, whereas we are sinners of the worst kinds, having no virtues at all, but the Guru has enabled us to unite with him. Pause. कौन कौन अपराधी बख्शन प्यारे साचे शब्द विचार पाओ जल पार उतारियन पाए सतगुर बेड़े चाड़। O dear friend, we cannot even comprehend, count the number of sinners who have been pardoned by Vaheguru by following the Guru's true teachings. O brother, most of the devotees have been enabled to cross this ocean of life successfully through the raft of true name. मनुरै ते कंचन भये भाई गुर पारस मेल मिलाए आप छोड़ नाउ मन वस्या पाए ज्योति ज्योत मिलाए। O brother, they have gotten over their egoism and inculcated true name in their hearts, so that the God has merged their souls with his prime soul. हौवारी हौवारणे पाए सतगुर को सद्बलिहारै जाओ नाम निधान जिन दिता पाए गुरमत सहज समाओ। O brother, I offer myself as a sacrifice to the Guru, the true Guru, who has bestowed the treasure of true name on me, so I have been united with Vaheguru in a state of equipoise through the Guru's guidance. Gur bin सहज ना उपजै पाए पूछो ज्ञानिया जाए सतगुर की सेवा सदा कर पाए विचों आप गवाए। O brother, we cannot gain any knowledge without the guidance from the Guru, which could be verified from all the learned people. O brother, let us serve the true Guru, Satguru, by ridding ourselves of our egoism from within. गुरमति पाओ उपजय पाए पाओ करने सच सार प्रेम पदार्थ पाए पाए सच नाम आधार। O brother, it is through the Guru's instructions, his teachings only, that Vaheguru's wonder awe is developed, so that all the chores which we perform under Guru's guidance and Vaheguru's fear and love are really worthwhile and true. O brother, we could attain the invaluable true name through the development of love for Vaheguru. जो सतगुर सेवहि आपना पाए, तिनकै हो लागो पाए। जन्म सवारी आपना पाए, कुल भी लई बख्शाए। O brother, I would fall at the lotus feet of such people who serve the true Guru. O brother, such Guru-minded people have made a success of this human life, thus helping their whole family and ancestors by getting blessings of Vaheguru. Sach Bani, Sach Shabad hai pai, Gur Kirpal te hoye। सच बाणी सच शब्द है पाई, गुर कृपा ते होए। नानक नाम हर मन वसै पाई, तिस बिघन न लागै कोय। O brother, the Guru's word, Gurbani, is true, and the Guru's teachings are also truthful. But this guidance follows Guru's grace only. O Nanak, whosoever attains the true name and inculcates it in his heart does not come to grief at all. Sorat Mahalla तीजा हर जियो शब्दे जापदा पाई, पूरे पाग मिलाए। सदा सुख सुहागणी पाई, अन दिन रतिया रंग लाए। O brother, we got in touch with Vaheguru through the Guru's word, but it is only few fortunate ones who are predestined by God's will who get united with Vaheguru. Such people, imbued with the love of the God, just like the wedded woman enjoying conjugal bliss, are always enjoying eternal bliss as they are always immersed day and night in Vaheguru's love. हरे जी तू आपे रंग चढ़ाए, गावो गावो रंग रात हो पाई, हर सेती रंग लाए रहाओ। O Vaheguru, you're always bestowing your love on the human beings. O brother, you should always sing the praises of Vaheguru by developing love of God and by being immersed in his devotion. Pause. गुर की कार कमावणी पाई, आप छोड़ चित लाए। सदा सहज फिर दुख न लगई पाई, हर आप वसै मन आए। O brother, the people who have inculcated God's love in their hearts and who have worshipped the God by following His will, they always enjoy the eternal bliss in the state of equipoise. They never come across any sufferings, and Vaheguru automatically abides in their hearts. पीर का हुक्म न जाने पाई, साकुलखणी कुनार। मन हठकार कमावणी पाई, बिन नावै कूड़ियार। Such soul pride, such bad woman who does not know the will of her husband God, O siblings of destiny, is an ill-mannered and bitter bride. She does things with a stubborn mind. O siblings of destiny, without the name she is false. Any person who do all his functions without reciting true name is considered to be leading a false and untruthful life. से गावहि जिन मस्तक पाग है पाए पाए सच्चे बैराग अन दिन राते गुण रवहे पाए निर्भव गुर लिव लाग. O brother, it is only such people who are fortunate and sing Vahiguru's praises and who remain detached from the world due to true love of Vahiguru. O brother, such people are always engrossed in Vahiguru's remembrance and are engaged in singing God's praises day and night, and their heart is always immersed in the lotus feet of the fearless Guru. Sabna maar jival da pai so sevo दिन रात सो क्यों मनो विसारिए पाए जिस दी वड्डी है दात. He kills and he revives all, O siblings of destiny, serve him day and night. How can we forget him from our minds? O siblings of destiny, his gifts are glorious and great. Let us serve that true master day and night. He is capable of destroying all beings and making them alive. Why should we forsake such a God who has bestowed on us this invaluable human life? मनमुख मैली डुम्मणी पाई दरगह नाही थाओ गुरमुख होवे ता गुण रवै पाई मिल प्रीतम साच समाओ. O brother, the self-willed people, they always remain in distress like the bride with a filthy mind due to her sins and due to her dual attachment. Such people do not find a place of honor in Vahiguru's presence. O siblings of destiny, if someone were to become Guru-minded, then one has to praise Vahiguru and finally merge with Vahiguru, having united with the true beloved and having enjoyed his company. एक जन्म हर नाय चेत्यो पाई क्या मुँह देसी जाए कीड़ी पवंदी मुहायो न पाई बिख्यानो लो भाए. In this life, she has not focused her consciousness on Vahiguru. O siblings of destiny, how can she show her face when she leaves this world? How will such a person face Vahiguru in the next world when such a person has not recited God's true name in this life? In fact, the saintly people tried their best by shouting at this person who has been misled due to his attachment with the worldly falsehood. They had been shouting at him to save him from following the wrong path and in an effort to put them on the right path. But still, this person remained possessed by attachment to the worldly things. He leaves this world having lost all spiritual bliss and peace to the thieves like the vicious thoughts or sinful actions based on wanton desires. नाम समालहि सुख वसहि पाई सदा सुख शांत शरीर नानक नाम समाल तु पाई अपरंपर गुणी गहीर. O brother, such people who have cared to safeguard God's true name, they always enjoy comforts in life and then their mind is full of peace and joy. O Nanak, let us safeguard God's true name. O brother, you should remember the God and recite true name of Him who is an ocean of virtues beyond this world. सूरठ महला पंचमा कर पहला अष्टपदियाँ एक ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद सब जग जिने उपाया पाए करण कारण समरथ जियो पिंड जिन साजिया पाए दे कर अपनी वाथ किन कहिए क्यों देखिए पाई करताई ककाथ गुरु गोविंद सलाहिए पाई जिस ते जापे तात. That one and only God who created this universe, O siblings of destiny, is the Almighty, the cause of causes. He has fashioned the soul and this body by His own power. How can one describe Him? How can He be seen? That Creator is one and He is indescribable. Praise the Guru, the God of the universe, O siblings of destiny. Through Him the essence is known. मेरे मन जपिए हर भगवंता नाम दान दे जन अपने दुख दर्द का हंता रहा. O my mind, meditate on that Vaheguru, that Creator God. He blesses His servant with the gift of the Naam. He is the destroyer of pain and suffering. Pause. जाके कर सब किछ है पाई नौ निध परे भंडार तिसकी कीमत ना पवै पाई ऊंचा गम अपार जी जंत प्रतिपालदा पाई नित नित करदा सार सतगुर पूरा पेटियै पाई शब्द मिलावण हार. Everything is his home, O siblings of destiny. His warehouse is overflowing with the 9 treasures. His worth cannot be estimated. He is lofty, inaccessible. He is infinite. He takes care of all the beings and creatures, O siblings of destiny. He is continually taking care of them. So meet with the perfect true Guru, O siblings of destiny, and merge in the word of the Shabad. Sache charan sareviye pai pram pau huve nas mil sant sabha man manjiye pai har ke naam nivas मिटे अंधेरा ज्ञानता पाई कमल होवै प्रकाश गुर बचनी सुख उपजै पाई सब फल सतगुर पास. Let us adore the true lotus feet, O siblings of destiny. All the doubts and fear goes away this way. Joining the company of holy saints, let us cleanse our mind and dwell in the name of Vaheguru. The darkness of ignorance is dispelled this way, and the lotus of your heart blossoms forth. By the Guru's word, peace wells up. O siblings of destiny, all fruits are with the true Guru Satguru. मेरा तेरा छोड़िए पाई होइए सबकी दूर घट घट ब्रह्म पसारिया पाई पेखे सुने हजूर जित दिन विसरै पार ब्रह्म पाई तित दिन मरिए चूर करन करावन समरथो पाई सर्व कला भरपूर. Give up your sense of mine and yours and become the dust of the feet of all. In each and every heart that Vaheguru is contained. O siblings of destiny, He sees, hears, and He is always present. On that day when one forgets Supreme God, on that day one ought to die crying out in pain. Vaheguru is all-powerful. He is totally filled with all the powers, being cause and causes of everything. प्रेम पदार्थ नाम है पाए माया मोह विनाश तिस पावै ताम मेल लय पाए हृदय नाम निवास गुरमुख मूल परगासिय पाए हृदय होवै परगास प्रगट भया परताप प्रभ पाए मौल्या तरत आकाश. The love of true name is the greatest treasure through which the attachment to Maya goes away. If it is pleasing to Vaheguru's will, then He unites us with His union. The name of Vaheguru comes to abide in the mind. The heart lotus of Gurmukh blossoms forth, and the heart remains enlightened. The glory of God has been revealed, O siblings of destiny, and the earth and sky have blossomed forth. Gurupura santokya pai, enis laga pao, rasna ram ravai sada pai, sacha sad suao, karni sun sun जीव्या पाए ने चल पाया थाओ जिस पर तीत नावे पाए सो जीड़ा जल जाओ. The perfect Guru has blessed me with contentment. Day and night I remain attached to Vaheguru's love. My tongue continually chants Vaheguru's name. This is the true taste and the object of human life. Listening with my ears, I hear, and so I live. O siblings of destiny, I have obtained the unchanging, unmoving state. That soul which does not place its faith in Vaheguru shall burn, O siblings of destiny. बहुगुण मेरे साहिबै पाए हाउ तिस कै बल जाओ ओ निर्गुणियारे पालदा पाए दे निथावे थाओ रिजक संबाही सास सास पाए गूढ़ा जाका नाओ जिस गुर साचा पेटिया पाए पूरा तिस करमाओ. My God and Master has many virtues. I am sacrificed to Him. He nurtures even the most worthless and gives home to the homeless. He gives us nourishment with each and every breath. His name is everlasting. One who meets with the true Guru, or siblings of destiny, does so only by perfect destiny. तिस बिन कड़ी न जीविय पाए सर्व कला भरपूर सास की रास न विसरै पाए पेखो सदा हजूर साधु संग मिलाया पाए सर्व रहा भरपूर जिन्ना प्रीत न लगिया पाए से नित नित मार दे चूर. Without Him, I cannot live for an instant. He is totally filled with all powers. With every breath and morsel of food, I will not forget Him. I behold Him to be ever present. In the company of holy, I meet Him. He is totally pervading everywhere. Those who do not embrace love for Vaheguru, they die crying out in pain. अंचल लाए तराया पाए पौजल दुख संसार कर कृपा नदर निहालिया पाए की तो नंग अपार मन तन शीतल होया पाए भोजन नाम धार नानक तिस सड़ागति पाए जय क्यों बिख काटण हार. Grasping hold of the hem of His robe, we are carried across by His glance of grace. He has blessed us. He shall be with us until the very end. My mind and body are calmed. nourished by the food of the Naam. O Nanak, I have entered his sanctuary. O siblings of destiny, the God is destroyer of the sins. Surat Mahilla Panjama मात गर्भ दुख सागरो प्यारे तह अपना नाम जपाया बाहर काढ़ बिख बसरिया प्यारे माया मोह थाया जिसनो की तो करो माप प्यारे तिस पूरा गुरु मिलाया सो आराधे सास सास प्यारे राम नाम लिवलाया. The womb of the mother is an ocean of pain. O beloved, even there the God causes his name to be chanted. When one comes out of it, one finds corruption pervading everywhere, O beloved, and one becomes increasingly attached to Maya. One whom Vaheguru blesses with his kind favor, O beloved, meets the perfect Guru. Such person worships Vaheguru with each and every breath. O beloved, he is lovingly attached to God's name. मन तन तेरी टेक है प्यारे, मन तन तेरी टेक, तुद बिन अवर न करन हार प्यारे, अंतर जामी एक रहा. You are the support of my mind and body, O beloved. You are my main support. There is no other creator except for you. You alone are the inner knower. Pause. कोट जन्म भ्रम आया प्यारे, अनिक जोन दुख पाए, साचा साहिब विसरिया प्यारे, बहुती मिलै सजाए. जिन पे तय पूरा सतगुरु प्यारे, से लागे साचे नाए, तिन्ना पिछे छुटिए प्यारे, जो साची शरणाए. After wandering in doubt for millions of incarnations, one comes into the world. For uncounted lifetimes one suffered in pain. One forgets true God and Master and suffers terrible punishment. Those who meet with perfect true Guru, O beloved, are attached to the true name. We are saved by following those, O beloved, who seek the sanctuary of true God. मिठा करके खाया प्यारे, तिन तन कीता रोग, कौड़ा होए पतष्ठिया प्यारे, तिसते उपजया सोग. भोग पुंचाए भुलायन प्यारे, उतरै नहीं विजोग, जो गुर मेल उधार्या प्यारे, तिन तुरे पया संजोग. One thinks that the food is so sweet, but that makes the body ill. It turns out to be bitter, as it produces only sadness. Vaheguru leads one astray in the enjoyment of pleasures, O beloved, and so one's senses of separation do not depart. Those who meet Guru are saved, O beloved. This is their preordained destiny. Maya lalach atya pyare, चितना वह मूल, जिन तू विसरहे पारब्रह्म स्वामी, से तन होए तूड़. बिलाट करें बहु तेरिया प्यारे, उतरे नाही सूल, जो गुर मेल सवार्या प्यारे, तिनका रह्या मूल. One is filled with longing for Maya, and so that Vaheguru does not even come to one's mind. Those who forget you, Supreme God, their bodies turn to dust. They cry out and scream horribly, but their torment does not end. Those who meet the Guru and reform themselves, their capital remains intact. साकत संग न कीजे प्यारे, जे का कपार वसाए, जिस मिलिए हर विसरै प्यारे, सो मुँह काले उठ जाए. मन मुख टोई नह मिले प्यारे, दरगह मिले सजाए, जो गुर मेल सवार्या प्यारे, तिन्ना पूरी पाए. As far as possible, do not associate with the faithless cynics, O beloved. Meeting with them, the God is forgotten, and one rises and departs with a blackened face. The self-will Manmukh find no rest or shelter, O beloved. In the court of God they are punished. Those who meet with the Guru and reform themselves, O beloved, their fears are resolved. संजम सह सियाणपा प्यारे एक न चली नाल जो बेमुख को बिनते प्यारे तिनको लागे काल होंदी वस न जातिया प्यारे कूड़ न चली नाल सतगुर जिना मिलायन प्यारे साचा नाम समाल. One may know thousands of clever tricks and techniques of self-discipline, but not even one of them will go with such a person. Those who turn their backs to Vaheguru, the God of the universe, O beloved, their families are stained with disgrace. They do not realize that they do not have that Vaheguru, O beloved. Falsehood cannot go with them. Those who meet with the true Guru, Satguru, they dwell upon the true name. Sat Santokh Gyan Dhyan Pyare, Jisno Nadar Kare, Andin Kirtan Gun Ravai Pyare, Amrit Pur Pare, Dukh Sagar Tin Langya Pyare, Pavjal Par Pare, जिस पावे तिस मेल प्यारे से सदा खरे. When Vaheguru casts his glance of grace, O beloved, one is blessed with truth, contentment, wisdom and meditation. Night and day one sings the kirtan of God's praises, O beloved, totally filled with ambrosial nectar. One crosses over the sea of pain and swims across the terrifying world ocean. One who is pleasing to his will unites with himself, O beloved, and one is forever true. Simrat Purakh Diyal Deo Pyare, Bhagtan Tiska Taan, Tisarnai Teh Pai Pyare, Je Antar Jami Jaan. हलत पलत सवारिया प्यारे मस्तक सच निशान सो प्रभ कदे न विसरै प्यारे नानक सद कुर्बान. The all-powerful divine God is compassionate. He is the support of his devotees. I seek his sanctuary. He is the inner knower, the searcher of hearts. He has adorned me in this world and the next, O beloved. He has placed the emblem of truth upon my forehead. I shall never forget that God, O beloved. O Nanak, I am forever sacrificed to him. Surat Mahalla Panjama Kar Duja Ashtpadiyan Ik Omkar Satgur Prasad पाठ पढ़ियो और वेद विचार्यो निवल पुयंगम साधे पंच जनास्यो संग न छुटकेयो अधिक बद बाधे. Having studied all the Vedas and Shastras along with meditation, or having performed all the yogic exercises, or straightening the snake-like tilted artery for stopping breath, or inhaling water inside and then blowing it out for purification, by doing all this, we could not get rid of our vicious thoughts or sinful actions like wanton desires. Instead, we get engrossed in the worldly bondage of egoistic tendencies and pride. O beloved God, we cannot get united with Vaheguru by practicing such rituals or formal religious practices. I have performed various acts of this kind, including certain rituals, but to of no useful purpose. प्यारे इन विध मिलन न जाए मैं किए कर्म अनेका हार पर्यो स्वामी के द्वारे दीजै बुद्ध विवेका raha. O Vaheguru, O my beloved, may I be bestowed with the right type of thinking. I have sought the support of God finally, having failed to gain peace of mind by practicing all the 10 types of rituals. Pause. मोन भयो कर पाती रह्यो नग्न फिर्यो बनु माही तट तीरथ सब तरती प्रमेयो दुविधा छुटकै नाही. Then I practice meditation in complete silence, making my body as a utensil. I practice penance without sparing any effort, even roaming around the jungles without any clothes and wandering all over the world, including all holy places of pilgrimage, but I could not get rid of my worries and dual-mindedness. मन कामना तीरथ जाए बस्यो सिर करवत तराए मन की मैल ना उतरे भित जे लाख जतन कराए. I settle down at holy places having high hopes with ritual of placing brass saw on my head to indicate sacrifice, but I could not purify my mind of vicious thoughts in spite of many other formal observances and practices of this kind. कनिक कामनी हैवर गैवर बौबिद दान दातारा अन्न वस्त्र पूम बहुवर पे ने मिलिए हर द्वारा. Then I gave away all sorts of gold, women, horses, elephants, in alms to Brahmins like a great benefactor, including distributing grains, clothes, and land in alms. But I could not attain Vaheguru, as these acts are of no avail. पूजा अर्चा बंधन डंडौत खट कर्मा रत रहता हौ हौ करत बंधन में परया नह मिलिए ए जुगता. Then I worshipped various stones, statues, including gods and goddesses, by lying prostrate before the idols. I did lot of worship and developed love of 6 types of virtues, but all these efforts at uniting myself with Vaheguru were of no avail. They were not successful, as I was still caught in the bondage of egoism and I-amness. जोग सिद्ध आसन 84 भी कर कर रहया वड्डी आरजा फिर जन्मे हर स्यो संग न गहया. I have carried out various yogic exercises, 84 in number, for performing yoga in order to control the mind, which helped me to lengthen my span of life, but I could not help me out of the cycle of births and deaths, and notwithstanding all these efforts, I could not get united with Vaheguru. राज लीला राजन की रचना करया हुकुम अफारा सेज सोहनी चंदन चोआर नरक कोर का द्वारा. The hunting expeditions of kings, building of gardens or palaces, with everyone carrying out their commands while ruling over a country as an independent king, could not lead them to peace. They enjoyed the comforts of beautiful beds with sprinkled fragrance of various scents, along with many other modes of comforts, but all this led them to the doors of hell, and all these actions were of no avail and were useless. In fact, only true name of Vaheguru could bring peace and bliss of life in the company of the holy saints. हर कीरत साध संगत है सिर कर मन कह कर्मा कहु नानक तिस भयो परापत जिस पुरब लिखे का लहना. तेरो सेवक रंग माता भयो कृपाल दीन दुख पंजन, हर हर कीर्तन एव मन राता, रहाओ दूजा। The greatest service to Vaheguru would be to sing the praises of God in the company of holy saints. O Nanak, such virtuous deeds are performed by a person who is destined to gain the fruit of earlier good deeds, and we could unite with him through Guru's guidance. O Vaheguru, your disciple, your devotee is imbued with the love of Vaheguru and is always immersed in true name. O God benefactor, O destroyer of sufferings of helpless people, people who are blessed with your grace are always engaged in singing your praises with love and devotion. Pause. राग सोरठ वार महले चौथे की, एक ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद, सलोक महला पहला। सोरठ सदा सुहावनी, जे सच्चा मन होए, दंदी मैल न कत मन, जी भै सच्चा सोए। ससुरै पेयै पैवसी, सतगुर सेवन संग, परहर कपड़ जे पिर मिलै, खुशी रावै पिर संग। Surat is always beautiful if it brings the true God to dwell in the mind of the soul bride. Her teeth are clean and her mind is not split by duality. The name of the true God is on her tongue. Here and hereafter she abides in the fear of God and serves the true Guru without hesitation. Discarding worldly adornments, she meets her husband God and she celebrates joyfully with him. Sada shingari nao man, kade na mail patang, देवर जेठ मुए दुख, ससु का डर किस, जे फिर पावे नानका, कर्म मणि सब सच। She is adorned forever with the true name in her mind, and she does not even have an iota of filth. Her brother-in-laws, elder or younger, the corrupt desires, have died, suffering in pain, and now who fears Maya, the mother-in-law? If she becomes pleasing to her husband God, O Nanak, she bears the jewel of good karma upon her forehead, and everything is truth to her. Mahalla Chautha. Surat Tam Suhavani, Jahar Naam Tandole, Gurpurukh Manave Apna, Gurmati Har Har Bole, Har Prem Kasai Dinas Raat, Har Rati Har Rang Chole, हर जैसा पुरख न लभई, सब देखिया जगत में टोले. Surats is beautiful only when it leads the soul bride to seek Vahiguru's name. She pleases her Guru and the beloved God. Under Guru's instructions, she speaks the name of Vahiguru. Her, she is attracted to God's name day and night, and her body is drenched in the color of the love of Vahiguru. Her, no other being like the God himself can be found. I have looked and searched over the whole world. Gur Satgur Naam Diraya, Man Anat न काहू डोले, जन नानक हर का दास है, गुर सतगुर के गोल गोले. The Guru, the true Guru, has implanted the Naam within me. My mind does not waver anymore. O Nanak, I am the servant of God's slaves, the slave of the slaves of the Guru, the true Guru. पौड़ी तू आपे शिष्ट करता सिरजनहारया, तुद आपे खेल रचाए तुद आप सवारया, दाता करता आप पोगण हारिया सब तेरा शब्द वरतै उपावण हारिया हऊँ गुरमुख सदा सलाही गुर को वारिया. You yourself are the creator, the fashioner of this world. You yourself have arranged the play and you yourself arranged it. You yourself are the giver and the creator. You are the enjoyer. The word of your Shabad is pervading everywhere, O Creator God. As Gurmukh, I even praise Vaheguru. I am a sacrifice to the Guru. श्लोक महला तेजा हऊँ मैं जलते जल मुए प्रम आए दूजै पाए पूरे सतगुर राख लिए अपने पन्ने पाए एहो जग जलता नदरी आया गुर कै शब्द सुभाए शब्द रत्ते से शीतल बए नानक सच कमाए. In the flames of egoism, one is burnt to death and one wanders in doubt and love of duality. The perfect Satguru saves such a person, making him his own. This world is burning through the sublime word of the Guru Shabad. This comes to be seen and realized. Those who are attuned to Shabad are cooled and soothed. O Nanak, they practice truth. महला तीजा सफल्यो सतगुर सेवया धन जन्म परवान जिन्ना सतगुर जीव दया मोया न विसरै से पुरख सुजान कुल उधारे अपना सोजन होवै परवान गुरमुख मुए जीव दे परवान है मनमुख जन्म मरा है नानक मुए न आखिए जय गुर कै शब्द समाहे. Service to the true Guru is fruitful and rewarding. Blessed and acceptable is such kind of life. Those who do not forget Satguru in life and in death, they are the truly wise people. Their families are saved and they are approved by the God. The Gurmukhs are approved in death as in life, while the self-willed manmukhs, they continue the cycle of reincarnation. O Nanak, they are not described as dead who are absorbed in the word of Guru Shabad. Pauri Har Purakh Niranjan Sev Har Naam Tyaiye Sat Sangat Sadhu Lag Har Naam Samaye Har Teri Vaddi Kar Mein Moorakh Laiye हूँ गोला लाला तुध मैं हुक्म फरमाइए हूँ गुरमुख कार कमावा जे गुर समझाइए. Let us serve that immaculate Vaheguru and meditate on true Naam. Join the society of holy saints and remain absorbed in Vaheguru's name. O Vaheguru, glorious and great is service to you. I am so foolish, please commit me to it. I am your servant, command me according to your will. As Gurmukh, I shall serve you as Guru has instructed me. श्लोक महला तीजा पूरब लिखिया कमावना जे करतै आप लिखे आस मोह ठगोली पायन विसरिया गुणतास मत जानो जग जीवदा दूजै पाए मुयास जिन्नी गुरमुख नाम न चेत्यो से बहन न मिलनी पास. The person who is fortunate enough from the beginning, being predestined by God's will, gets united with Vaheguru and recites his name. It is only when this human being forsakes the true name of Vaheguru, the treasure of all virtues, that one gets engrossed in the love of the worldly falsehood Maya, like the deceitful drug plant. In fact, such a person should not be considered as alive, living an active life, as such a person suffers spiritual death due to dual-mindedness. Such people who have not recited the true name in the company of Guru-minded people, they are not provided a chance to join company of Vaheguru's presence, to sit in his presence. दुख लागा बहुत कणा पुत कलत न साथ कोई जास लोकां विच मुँह काला हुआ अंदरू भेसास मन मुखानु को न विसई चुक गया विसास नानक गुरमुखानु सुख अगला जिन्ना अंतर नाम निवास. At the time of death, such faithless people, they undergo a lot of sufferings as the son in the wife or other near and dear ones. They do not accompany him to the next world. Such a person heaves a sigh of helplessness and misery and gets disgraced in the world also, gets their face blackened. No one has any faith in such self-willed, faithless people, as they have lost all confidence in such person. O Nanak, the Guru-minded people, however, enjoy the eternal bliss and joy by reciting and inculcating the love of true name in their hearts. महला तीजा से सैण से सज्जणा जे गुरमुख मिलहे सुभाए सतगुर का पाणान दिन करहे से सच रहे समाए दूजै पाए लगे सज्जण नाखिए जे अभिमान करहे विकार मनमुख आप सुवारथी कारज ना सके सवार नानक पूरब लिखिया कमावना कोई न मेटन हार. Such people who serve Vaheguru and recite true name in the company of the Guru-minded people in the state of equipoise are our true friends and real companions, as they are always day and night carrying out the ordains of the Guru as per his will and are immersed in God's true name. However, the faithless people who are engrossed in their egoism due to dual-mindedness cannot be considered as our true friends. In fact, the faithless people are so selfish that they cannot help anyone else in their need. O Nanak, we function as predestined by God's will and according to our fortune, and no one has any power to alter our fate. Pauri तुद आपे जगत उपाय कै आप खेल रचाया त्रैगुण आप सिरजिया माया मोह वधाया विच हो मैं लेखा मंगिए फिर आवे जाया जिन्ना हर आप कृपा करे से गुर समझाया बलिहारी गुर आपने सदा सदा कुमाया. O Vaheguru, you have created this universe yourself and have enacted this wonderful worldly drama. You have yourself only created the three-pronged Maya, worldly falsehood, and have engrossed the whole world in the love of this Maya. The people who lead a life under the influence of their egoistic tendencies have to account for their actions before Vaheguru through the God of justice and are subjected to the torture of cycle of births and deaths. But the people who are blessed with His grace, with Vaheguru's grace and benevolence, are enabled to realize the secrets of nature and the truth. I would offer myself as a sacrifice to the Guru and surrender myself completely to him. Slok Mahalla Tija माया ममता मोहिनी जिन विण दंता जग खाया। मनमुख खादे गुरमुख उबरे जिनी नाम चित लाया। बिन नावै जग कमला फिरै गुरमुख नदरी आया। तंदा करतिया ने फल जन्म गवाया। सुख दाता मन न वसाया। नानक नाम तिना को मिलया जिनको तुर लिख पाया। The love of the worldly falsehood Maya has enamored and enchanted the whole world so much in its love that it has devoured the whole world without any taint, without any apparent effects. In fact, the selfful people have been devoured by the worldly falsehood, whereas the Guru-minded people have been saved from its deadly effects by reciting God's true name. In fact, without the support of true name, this whole world is behaving like a mad person, completely lost in the wilderness, whereas the Guru-minded people have realized this fact clearly. The self-willed, faithless people have wasted this human life being engrossed in worldly bondage of Maya without inculcating the love of the God, the benefactor who bestows all the bliss to us. O Nanak, Vahiguru's true name is attained by those fortunate people who are predestined by Vahiguru's will from the birth itself. महला तीजा करही में अमृत भरपूर है। मन मुखा साध ना पाया। ज्यों कस्तूरी मिरग न जाने प्रमदा परम बुलाया। अमृत तज बिख संग्रह करते आप खुआया। गुरमुख विरले सोजी पई तिन्ना अंदर ब्रह्म दिखाया। तन मन शीतल होया रसना हर साध आया। शब्दे ही ना उपजै शब्दे मेल मिलाया। बिन शब्दै सब जग बौराना बिरथा जन्म गवाया। अमृत को शब्द है नानक गुरमुख पाया। The nectar of God's true name is present within our hearts, but the faithless people cannot avail of it and partake it, just as the deer, having the essence of kasturi within himself, keeps running around in its search, being influenced by his doubts and misgivings. Such a person has been led astray by the God himself and goes on collecting the poison, leaving aside the nectar of true name. But few Guru-minded people have gotten this realization and have been enabled by the Guru to perceive a glimpse of God within themselves through self-realization. They have attained peace and tranquility of mind, and they have enjoyed the bliss of true name by reciting it. They have tasted its pleasant taste within. It is through the Guru's word that the true name is generated, and it is through the Guru's word alone that we get united with Vahiguru. But without Guru's guidance and teachings, the whole world is completely lost in madness, thus leading a wasteful and fruitless life. O Nanak, the nectar of true name has been attained by the Guru-minded people alone, as it was his lot only to partake this nectar. Pauri सोहर पुरख गम है कहो कित भिद पाइयै तिस रूप न रेख दृष्ट कहो जन क्यों त्याइयै निरंकार निरंजन हर अगम क्या कहे गुण गाइए, जिस आप जाए आप सो हर मार्ग पाइए। गुरपुरै विखालिया गुर सेवा पाइए। Vaheguru is beyond our reach and comprehension. It is rather difficult to attain him. Tell me, how could we unite with him? O brother, how to worship Vaheguru, who is having no form, physical symbols, and is not perceivable either. The God is formless, free from the effects of Maya, and is too deep for a probe. How to sing his praises? The people whom Vaheguru is pleased with is led by him on the right path. However, the perfect Guru has made us realize and shown us clearly that we could attain the God only through the service of the Guru. ज्यों तन कोलू पीड़िया रत्ना पोरी देह जियो वंजै चौखनिया सच्चे संदड़ै नेह नानक मेल न चुकई राती अतै देह. Even if I were to undergo a lot of sufferings made to my body, just as the mustard seed is passed through the rotating rollers for oil extraction, there will be no outcome, like no blood coming out of the body due to its suffering, and I cannot develop love for the worldly Maya. The people who sacrifice everything over the love of Vaheguru, they never break off their link from Vaheguru, even if my soul has been cut apart into pieces for the sake of love of the true God. O Nanak, still day and night my union with the God is not broken. Mahalla Tija सज्जन मैंडा रंग लाए मन ले ज्यों माजी ठे कपड़े रंगे भी पाहे ही नानक रंग न उतरै बिया न लगै के. My friend is so full of joy and love. He colors my mind with the color of his love, like the fabric which is treated to retain the color of the dye. O Nanak, this color does not depart, and no other color can be imparted now to this fabric. Pauri har aap vartay aap har aap bulaye da हर आपे शिष्ट सवार सिर तंदै लाएंदा इक ना भगती लाए इक आप खुआएंदा इक ना मार्ग पाए इक उजड़ पाएंदा जन नानक नाम ध्याए गुरमुख गुण गाएंदा. The God himself is pervading everywhere. He himself causes us to chant his name. He himself created this creation. He commits all to their tasks. He engages some in devotional worship and others he causes to stray. He places some on the path while he leads others into the wilderness. O Nanak, I am your servant, meditating on the Naam, the name of Vaheguru. As Gurmukh, I sing the glorious praises of Vaheguru. Slok Mahila Tija Satgur ki seva safal hai je ko kare chit lae man chindya fal pavana hau मैं विचों जाए बंधन तोड़ै मुक्त होए सच्चे रहै समाए इस जग में नाम लाभ है गुरमुख वसै मन आए नानक जो गुर सेवह आपना हाँ तिन बलिहारै जाओ. Service to the true Guru, Satguru, is always fruitful and rewarding. If one does this service with full focus and mind's consciousness on it, the fruits of mind's desires are obtained this way, and egoism departs from within. One's bonds are broken, and one gets liberated and remains absorbed in the true God. It is so difficult to obtain the name in this world, the Naam of Vaheguru. It comes to dwell in the mind of the Gurmukhs though. O Nanak, I am sacrificed to one who serves his true Guru. Mahla Tija मनमुख मन जित है दूजै लगे जाए जिसनो सुख सुपने नहीं दुखे दुख विहाए कर कर पढ़ पढ़ पंडित थके सिद्ध समाध लगाए एह मन वासना वई थके कर्म कमाए. This mind of a self-will manmukh is very stubborn. It gets stuck in the love of dual-mindedness. Such a person never finds peace even in dreams and passes the life in misery and suffering. The Pandits have grown weary of going door to door, reading and reciting their scriptures. The Siddhas have gone into their trances of samadhi. This mind still cannot be controlled by them. They are tired of performing all religious rituals. Pekha tari pekh kar thake at sat tirath nae man ki sar na janani हौ मैं परम भुलाए गुर प्रसादी पाओ पया वड पाग वस्या मन आए पै पैया मन वस होआ हौ मैं शब्द जलाए सच रत्ते से निर्मले ज्योति ज्योत मिलाए सतगुर मिलिया नाउ पाया Nanak Sukh Samaye. Such people, they get tired of wearing false costumes and bathing at the 68 sacred shrines. They do not know the state of their own minds, and they are deluded by doubt and egoism. By Guru's grace, the fear of God is obtained by great good fortune, and Vaheguru comes to abide in the mind. When the fear of God comes, the mind is restrained, and through the word of the Shabad, the ego is burnt away. Those who are imbued with truth are immaculate. Their light merges in the light. Meeting the true Guru, one obtains the name, O Nanak, and is absorbed in peace. Pauri eh bhupat rane rang din char suhavana eho maya rang kasumb khin meh leh javana chaldiyan naal na challe sir paap le javana ja pakad chalaya kaal ta khara daravana O vela hath na aave fir pachhtavana. The bliss of the kings, the rajas, is temporary and short-lived and worthless, whereas the love and hue of Maya is temporary and unreal, like the color of kasumba flower, which gets faded in no time. This thing does not accompany us after death even, and we carry our sins along with us. When someone is caught by the cord of death, then it appears very dreadful. This time is not in our hands, and one repents later when the time is gone. Shlok Mahalla Tija Satgur Tejo Muhu Fire Se Badhe Dukh Sahahe फिर मिलन न पाइनी, जब मह तय मर जाहे। सहसा रोग न छोड़ई, दुख ही मह दुख पाहे। नानक नदरी बकश लहे, शब्दे मेल मिलाहे। Such people who are engrossed in the love of worldly falsehood, having turned their face away from the true Guru, they have to undergo sufferings, being caught in the worldly bondage. Such people are born many times in this world, while going through the cycle of births and deaths, but never get a chance of uniting with the God. They are always engrossed under doubts and misgivings due to their dual-mindedness, and they suffer in the torture of many afflictions. O Nanak, the people who are bestowed with the grace and benevolence of Vaheguru, they get united with God through Guru's guidance. महला तीजा जो सतगुर ते मुँह फिरे, तिन्ना ठौर न थाओ। ज्यों छुट्टड़ कर कर फिरै, दुचारण बदनाओ। नानक गुरमुख बख्शिय है, से सतगुर मेल मिलाओ। Such people who turn their back away from the Guru, they never care to listen to Guru's word. They do not find peace and tranquility of mind or any other honorable place in Vaheguru's presence, just as a deserted woman wanders around from house to house and gets a bad name due to her character. O Nanak, the Guru-minded people who are blessed with Guru's grace, they enjoy the eternal bliss in God's unison through the Guru's guidance. Pauri जो सेवह सत मुरार, से पव जल तर गया। जो बोले हर हर नाम, तिन जम छड़ गया। से दरगह पैंधे जाहे, जिन्ना हर जप लिया। हर सेवह से पुरख, जिन्ना हर तुध मया। गुण गावा प्यारे नित, गुरमुख प्रम पाओ गया। Such people who serve the true God, the destroyer of the devil of egoism, they are enabled by him to cross this ocean of life successfully. People who recite the true name of Vaheguru, they get emancipated from punishment of Yama, the god of death, as even the Yama keeps away from such people. Such Guru-minded people proceed to God's presence with flying colors as they recite God's true name. O Vaheguru, such people who are bestowed with your grace are engaged in the service of God. O beloved God, the Guru-minded people cast away all their doubts, whims, and fear complex as they are always engaged in singing the praises of Vaheguru. श्लोक महला तीजा थालै विच तै वस्तु पइयो हर भोजन अमृत सार जित खादै मन तृप्तियै पाइयै मोक्ष द्वार एहो भोजन लाभ है संतो लभै गुर विचार एह मुंदावणी क्यों विचों कढियै सदा रखिए उरतार एह मुंदावणी सतगुरु पाई गुर सिखा लद्धी पाल नानक जिस बुझाए सो बुझसी हर पाया गुरमुख काल. In the tray of our hearts there are three things which include the nectar of true name as the food for thought, apart from truth, contentment and meditation, which satiate our mind completely, and we are fully satisfied, thus opening the door towards salvation. O saints, This food of nectar of true name is attained with great difficulty, but is not easily realized, being beyond reach except through deliberation of Guru's word, and these teachings are imparted through the Guru's message, which has been realized by the Gursikhs, Guru's followers, which should always be inculcated in the heart and never forsaken from the mind. This riddle has been included by the Guru in Guru's word, Gurbani, which has been solved by the devotees through great efforts. O Nanak, whosoever is enabled by the Guru realizes the secrets of Vaheguru. However, the Guru-minded people have attained Vaheguru with great labor and efforts. महला तीजा जो तुर मेले से मिल रहे, सतगुर स्यों चित लाए, आप विछोड़ेन से विछड़े, दूजै पाए खुआए, नानक बिन कर्मा क्या पाए, पूरब लिखिया कुमाए. People who have been enabled and predestined by God's will from the beginning have united with Vaheguru through the Guru's guidance, whereas the self-will, faithless people who have been separated from Vaheguru by the Guru due to their dual-mindedness, they remain aloof and separated from God. O Nanak, no one has ever attained anything fruitful in life without performing certain virtuous deeds during the previous life, which has been predestined by him as per God's will. One gets whatever is in one's fortune. Pauri beh sakhiya jas gavehe gavan hariyan, हर नाम सलाहियो नित हर को बलिहारिया, जिन्नी सुन मनिया हर नाम तिन्ना हाओ वारिया, गुर मुखिया हर मेल मिलावण हारिया, हाउ बल जावा दिन रात गुर देखण हारिया. The saintly people sing praises of Vaheguru in the company of holy saints, as they always recite God's true name and offer themselves as a sacrifice to the true name. I would offer myself as a sacrifice to such Guru-minded people who have listened to God's true name and followed Guru's message by reciting true name. The Guru-minded friends always help us to unite with the God. I would surrender myself completely to such Guru-minded people who have perceived the glimpse of the Guru and then merged with the God. Shlok Mahalla Tija Vinavai Sab Paramade Nit Jagatota Sansar Manmukh Karam Kamavane Home Andh Gubar Gurmukh Amrit Pivana Nanak Shabad Vichar. The whole world is wandering lost in doubts and dual-mindedness, and faithless people are always engrossed in egoism due to the darkness of their ignorance, and they lead a losing battle of life due to their sinful actions. O Nanak, the Guru-minded people, they partake of the nectar of true name by meditating on Guru's word. Mahalla Tija Sehje Jage Sehje Sove Gurmukh Anandin Ustat Hove Manmukh Parme Sehsa Hove Antar Chinta Neend न सोवे ज्ञानी जागे सभे सुभाए नानक नाम रत्या बल जाओ. The Guru-minded people get honored and acclaimed day and night as they get awakened from the slumber in the state of equipoise while enjoying the sleep also in the routine. However, the self-willed people always suffer from doubts and misgivings, and they are always lost in their whims and fancies or dual-mindedness. They never get a peaceful sleep, and they always suffer from various worries, whereas the learned and wise people always wake up or go to sleep in complete peace in the normal manner, in the state of equipoise. O Nanak, I would offer myself as a sacrifice to such Guru-minded people who are always imbued with the love of God. Pauri se har naam ਧਿਆਵਹਿ jo har ਰਤਿਆ हर एक त्यावहि इको हर सत्या हर इको वरतै इको उत्पत्त्या जो हर नाम ਧਿਆਵਹਿ तिन डर सट कत्या गुरमति देवै आप गुरमुख हर जपया. Such people who are immersed in the love of Vaheguru, they sing his praises by reciting true name. They always recite the name of one God sublime, as they consider the same God pervading within each being through his power. There is only one God pervading all over the world, and he alone is the creator of us all. Such people who recite God's true name, they have cast away their fear complex. The Guru-minded people bestowed with Guru's teachings always recite his true name.